my messy bathroom. I will apologize for the noise outside. Apparently it's tree trimming day, but this is the only time I can film this. I will not apologize, however, for filming in the vertical because I tried turning my phone horizontal and the layout just did not look right. All right, so if you don't like the fact that I have to film in the vertical, you can buy me a Best Buy gift card that is enough to cover a good name brand quality vlogging camera. Okay, otherwise either click off the video or just stop complaining. All right, so I kept hearing about this thing called an everything shower, and I was confused because, well, I wash my hair every 2 to 3 days. I take a bath every single day. I wash my body every single day. And every single time I wash, I shave my forearms, my armpits, and my legs because I'm autistic and one of my bad sensory inputs is my own body hair catching on things like my clothing or my bed sheets or what have you. I can't stand it. I have to have it gone. Otherwise, it overstimulates me and I get really upset. All right. And let's face it, we do live in a world where there are men who, for some reason, listen to that Andrew Tate moron and think that wiping their butt after making a bowel movement will magically turn them gay. I just watched a video, I think it was last week, by r/, where he was reading a Reddit story about a guy whose girlfriend only takes a bath once a week. She only showers once a week because she claims women don't sweat that much. And she really stunk. I had a 6th grade teacher who used to tell me that I was a bad person and that I was evil because I take a bath every single day and because I use antiperspirant. Yeah, she was saying, no, you should only take a bath every 3 to 4 days. And you should never use antiperspirant. And you should never use mouthwash. Yeah, she legitimately destroyed my self-esteem because I like to be clean. So when I heard the term everything shower, I'm thinking, does that mean that there are people out there who don't wash all the stinky parts of their body every single day? Do they only wash them on certain days? Turns out I'm wrong. And what's surprising is how many people got angry with me. I mean, they were yelling at me for being legitimately confused. So I've seen some everything shower videos now, and it's a lot of overconsumptionism. I think I'm saying that word correctly. Just way too many products that people are using with no scientific backing on any of them, and doing lots of things that are just, oh my God. Dry brushing might remove dead skin. It won't do squat for cellulite. All right. Oh, of course, we got the beeping of a truck now. Lovely. Okay, so dry brushing. Why are you wasting your time on this? And okay, so I have used hair masks in the past, but hair masks do not repair hair because your hair is already dead. The most it's going to do is make it a little easier to comb out. And I won't deny that I do a deep conditioning, but I don't consider it a hair mask. So I'm seeing them like use 10, 12 products on their face alone. And they're using a whole bunch of disposable products, one-use products, and creating a lot of garbage, So I thought, hey, why don't I do Jami's everything shower on a hair washing day? And it is a hair washing day. So, I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which means I get hair on my face. So that means I'm going to be waxing, right? Like I said, I do deep conditioning when I can afford it. I can't always afford to buy the stuff, all right? And I don't buy the really expensive products because I can't afford them. If you want me to use the really expensive products, you're going to have to pay for them. So right now for deep conditioning, I'm using the Queen Helene stuff, the Queen Helene cholesterol stuff, which I know not exactly the greatest brand in the world, but it does work for my hair. It does. It makes my hair a lot easier to comb out, and I don't have as much breakage when I use this. Then afterwards, after I jump into the shower to wash that out after 20, 30 minutes, and after I wax and everything, I'm going to be using Pantene. Because again, I can't afford the expensive stuff. So if you want me to use the expensive stuff, you're going to have to buy it for me. All right? Otherwise, don't say, oh, you shouldn't use Pantene. I can't afford what you want me to use. And that stuff with the argan oil, it makes my hair really, really, really greasy. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. All right? I do use a shampoo brush. Now, unlike the everything shower videos you see, I don't apply it directly to the brush. I put a couple pumps in my hand, rub my hands through, and then I take this and I do a back and forth motion. Just like that. I don't swirl it because that'll tangle the hair. I just go real short, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. As for exfoliation and everything, I do that in the tub, in the shower. I got a tub shower thing going on here. And I've been using one of these African net sponges. They're the ones with the little itty bitty knots. And I find this way better than any other product out there. You know, for a long time there, my back was itching me so violently that I would have to wake up multiple times through the night to scratch it. And that was no matter what I used all sorts of back brushes on it. Since I've been using this, I don't have as much itching. Now, I have been going through menopause again. This is like my second round with menopause because I had a hysterectomy when I was 38, but they left the ovaries. So my ovaries are now shutting down after 10 years because I am 48 now. And so I am on HRT, hormone replacement therapy. And I have been noticing that since I started the HRT, I'm getting little tiny pimples on my back. So I am itching from those little tiny pimples. But this is what I use to wash my whole body. It's been great. It gets rid of a lot of dry skin. And it's way better than any of the other products out there. So, like I said, I'm going to turn this on. Now, you're supposed to turn it on all the way. I don't turn it all the way up because I find it gets way too watery to actually apply to your face if you turn it up all the way. Oh, if you're wondering about the gray stuff on my hands, I forgot to mention that. Did you know that I have untreated ADHD? So, Monday is rock tumbler day. Rock tumbling is one of my hobbies, and no matter how many times I wash my hands at the sink, this doesn't come off. So it won't come off until I shower. That's what the gray stuff is for. So we got that turned on. And now we're going to apply this, right? Get some pumps in there. Normally I do this in the mirror, but we'll do this in the camera today. And I don't apply it to the scalp. I don't apply it to the scalp. I just apply it to the mids and ends because that's where all the damage is. And that's where the hair breaks off. This particular brand is not the most pleasant smelling stuff, I will admit. But again, it works. You know, when I won't have as much hair in the comb when I comb the tangles out later on. Right? And honestly, it gets me that people are using all these products that don't have any real scientific basis. Like, there's no scientific proof that rosemary oil does anything for hair growth, right? And yet people will put that in their hair in great big gobs and large amounts. And then they'll put this on and they'll put that on and wash it out, then come out and put more serums and stuff with no scientific backing in. Excuse me, I didn't mean to burp. And that's kind of annoying. Plus, again, a lot of it is one use. You're like, why are you putting so much plastic into the environment? I'm Gen X and I don't put as much plastic into the environment as you young people seem to do right now. I know that sounds like a very boomer statement, but it does seem like not millennials, but the generation after millennials, Gen Z, that are the up-and-coming influencers, are putting a lot of one-use towels and one-use plastics into the environment. So, let's see. I think we got that all in. So we're going to get that in. We're going to let it sit for at least 15 minutes while this warms up. And then we'll come back and we'll do the waxing. And then afterwards, you cannot see me shower. I will not shower in front of you. Trust me, nobody wants to see that anyway. And then do more filming after that. All right? So, yeah, this is the start of the everything shower. And yes, this is going to be a long video, which is why it's going up on YouTube and not Instagram or TikTok. All right? Deal with it. Let me wash my hands before I touch my phone. And again, if you don't like the fact that I don't use the most expensive products, you can buy them for me. I mean, you either let me use what I can afford, get back in that shower caddy, or you buy them for me. That's your choices. Okay. So, I decided not to film the part where I apply the wax because there's already tons of videos out there where you can watch that. I just thought I'd let you enjoy watching me rip it off. Ow. And yeah, I wax all these parts because, again, polycystic ovarian syndrome. So I've got the under the lip here. I don't know if those hairs show up, but yay, they're gone. Do the eyebrows next. I don't actually have to wax my eyebrows that much anymore because, you know, I'm 48 years old and my mom has been waxing my eyebrows since I was about 8. So a lot of those hairs are dead now. So I really don't, I can mainly maintain with just tweezing. But I do like to wax it every little bit. There's the upper lip. Woohoo! Yay, all those hairs are gone. Those hairs are so annoying. And finally, the chin. So, PCOS is so annoying because you not only get facial hair and sometimes excessive body hair. Up until I had my hysterectomy when I was 38, I used to get really bad cystic acne. So there's the acne. You get stretch marks where even pregnant women don't get stretch marks. You get an apron belly, you know, and that's just like the physical stuff. There's actually, you know, a lot of other things like being predisposed to certain things, and the fact that weight is really easy to gain, almost impossible to lose when you have PCOS, you know, and you know, the main treatment actually is birth control, but birth control never worked well for me. It would actually spike my blood pressure really high, no matter what kind it was. You know, because despite the fact that I am fat, my blood pressure is usually pretty normal. It's usually like 126/60, 126/70, and it just gets higher when I'm stressed out, when I'm sick, you know. But when I was on birth control, it would shoot up into the 200s. So, anyway, that's the waxing part of the everything shower. Now it's time for the actual shower part, which you do not get to watch. Okay. All right. All done showering, shaving. Now it's time to detangle. And I just use the good old-fashioned Johnson & Johnson's. I'm not going to waste my money on the expensive stuff because the expensive stuff doesn't work as well. Truthfully, I've tried it, and it leaves my hair way too greasy. This is a brand new bottle, so it's going to be a little hard to squirt at first. There we go. Right? And I know what you're saying. Jamie, aren't you going to wash your face first? I already washed my face. I washed it in the shower. And I know you're going to say, no, that's too damaging. I don't care. I've been washing my face while I bathe since I was old enough to bathe by myself without fear of me drowning. And I'm going to continue to do it. So, got the no more tangles. Now we're going to detangle. First with a wide tooth comb. And when I don't do this as a pre-treatment, my hair tends to break a lot more, right? And this gets stuck in my hair a lot more, no matter how careful I am not to tangle up my hair. Now we're going to use a regular tooth comb. There's some hair in there. And this goes through nice and easy, right? Hair is all detangled. And, oh, one spot there. Very, very little breakage. Just need to clean them off, right? Now, if you're wondering what I wash my body with, most of the time it's just regular old Dove. And I use this not only for washing, but for lubing up to shave. Because shaving cream is too doggone expensive. So why waste the money when this works just as good? Right? But, and this is where a dermatologist is going to get mad at me. When I'm really itchy, I will use this. This is very good for when you're really, really itchy. Plus, again, I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which means I have the apron belly. And sometimes, no matter how well you wash under there, and how well you dry under there, and how much powder you put on to keep that area dry, you will get a little bit of an odor. And this clears that odor up in one wash. I do use a pumice stone on my feet every single time I take a bath. Every single time. And before I actually go to detangle my hair, while I still have the towel over my head, I will actually put a little bit of rubbing alcohol in each ear to get the water out. Now, this is where you see most of these everything shower girls put a ton of moisturizer on their face, and they're putting serums on their face, and they're touching the tube that delivers the serum to their skin. Do you know how bad that is? I don't even use serum, and I know that you are in for a major infection if you keep touching it to your skin and contaminating your product like that. Knock it off. Don't touch it to your skin. I don't see why you don't just drop it in your hand and then rub it on your face. That's what I would do if I used serums. I don't use moisturizers. I don't use serums because even after having a hysterectomy, my skin still tends to be very oily. And no, using moisturizer will not make my skin less oily. My mom used to buy me moisturizers all the time when I was young because somebody at the beauty counter said, oh, your daughter's acne would clear up and she'd stop being so oily if she used this moisturizer. All it ever did was make my skin worse. And then they would sell me a product, or sell my mom a product really, that would dry my skin out. And it was just a vicious cycle of being too greasy and too dry, too greasy and too dry. The best things I've ever done for my skin is have a hysterectomy, because that cleared up all my cystic acne, and stop using moisturizers altogether. I have yet to see a peer-reviewed double-blind study proving that using moisturizer makes oily skin less oily. No. I'll either use witch hazel when I have it, which you can't always get, or rubbing alcohol. This will not only get all the extra grease off, it will also get any wax that's left over from my waxing off. And because I do wear makeup when I make TikTok videos, which I didn't make any TikTok videos last night, no matter how much I scrub my face after wearing makeup, there'll still be makeup residue there. And this will take off any makeup residue that's left. All right, so that's the bathroom part done. All right, we're down to the final part of the everything shower, Jami style. So, as you can see, I have put my hair in curlers. Did you know that there's such a thing as a curler fetish? There is, because every time I have mentioned on YouTube that I use curlers to set my hair and make it curly, I've gotten some really disgusting messages asking me to make videos of myself curling my hair. And they don't even bother to offer me money. Say what you want about the foot fetish crowd, at least they're willing to pay 30 or 40 bucks, which, by the way, I currently owe $174 on a medical bill. So, hit me up. But now that I'm in curlers, I'm going to spend the next 2 hours or so in this. I'm not going to film my hair out of the curlers. If you want to see what my hair looks like out of my curlers, you can either watch my other YouTube videos or you can go to my TikTok and watch the videos there. The nice thing about doing my hair this way is when I go to style it, I don't use any products. No hairspray, no mousse, nothing. I just brush it out and put a headband on to hold it out of my eyes, and that's it. At nighttime before bed, I will put my hair in, let me get one out, sponge rollers, which I know there's hair stuck to it, but that's life. So I got a bag of sponge rollers to put in. Now you're going to say, well, what about lotion? What about lotion? Yes, I do use lotion on my hands, elbows, knees, and feet. For work days, because we are not supposed to wear scented products at work, I do have unscented lotion. But when somebody is nice enough to buy me something, or I have the extra money to splurge on it, I do like a scented lotion. Particularly, I like rose scented products. I like floral scents. I cannot stand the smell of citrus and vanilla and brown sugar. Don't give me any of those. Not cotton candy, not strawberry. Ew. Give me roses, jasmine, violets, or lilac. Those are my favorite scents for lotions, but especially rose. This is one somebody was nice enough to buy me, so I'm just going to put a little bit of it on, because this video is already way too long. So, just on the old elbows, rub it into the hands. And don't touch the face until it's fully absorbed. And that's about it. That's my everything shower. Do I ever use face masks? Sometimes. I don't use them as much now that I've had a hysterectomy, because I don't have the massive cystic acne breakouts that I used to have. And it gets expensive to buy those. I've tried the sheet masks when I've found them at Dollar Tree. I don't like them. They leave my face all slimy feeling, and I have to spend a lot of time washing that slime off. Plus, they don't actually fit my face. They will, even though I have a very fat face, they will actually be too big for my face. And, I don't do the morning shed thing. What the heck is that? What purpose does mouth tape serve? What, and the chin strap thing that you see, they did that back in the silent film era. They did that back in go watch the movie Sunset Boulevard. You'll see a chin strap in there. There is no scientific backing behind a chin strap. I mean, if you have a double chin like me, the best treatment for it is liposuction and other plastic surgery. Seriously. So yeah, that's my everything shower. I'm clean!